好，第31條咧，又係要我哋睇下結果得出結論啦。你見到2018年咧呢款題目都真係幾常見嘅。由葉面吸水嘅咧就係重咗0.09 gram， 由葉底吸水嘅咧就重咗0.13 gram。咁所以睇都睇得見啦，喺葉底咧就會塞多啲水啦，相比起葉面嚟計。咁而家啦做咗擊破咯喎。A 咧就講啦，個根嘅吸水咧主要咧就係由呢個葉底咧所去帶動嘅。A 呢一句咧聽落咧就冇乜嘢嘅，因為始終啦塞水咧係會導致蒸騰牽引力啊嘛，咁啊葉底又真係塞多啲水啊嘛，係咪？咁所以啦你咪話咯，咁咪由葉底塞多啲水，從而帶動到啦有個蒸騰牽引力，咁咪吸多啲水咯。其實啦呢一句咧都係不盡不實嘅，因為始終個實驗咧係俾唔到咁多嘅數據嚟，我哋咧係需要改變嘅實驗咧先能夠得出呢個結論嘅。點樣改法咧？示範一次俾你睇啦，搽翻啲花士鈴喺個葉面嗰處。然後再量度下棵植物咧嘅吸水速度。咁其實啦，搽花士鈴喺葉面就即係得葉底塞水，喺葉底塞水所帶動到嘅吸水。咁我哋有第一個數據，然後重複實驗，再將個花士鈴咧搽喺葉底咯喎，今次，然後又量度下啦，佢吸幾多水。咁今次啦，搽花士鈴喺葉底係咪即係淨係得葉面咧會塞水啊？咁我哋就可以睇下啦，由葉面塞嘅水咧就會令到棵植物咧點樣吸水法啦。嗱，兩個比較完之後啦，我哋就會知得到究竟係由葉底塞水會帶動到棵植物吸多啲水啊，定係由葉面塞水會帶動到棵植物咧吸多啲水啦。但係而家呢個實驗咧係不得而知嘅，所以 A 咧就唔係答案啦。跟住 B 咧其實就已經係答案咯喎，葉底咧就有多啲氣孔啦，相比葉面嚟計。點解啊？用晒兩個數據嚟睇嘅，我哋唔係淨係用其中一個數據嘅。咁我哋見得到啦，葉底咧佢塞嘅水的確係多一啲。而個結論咧就係啦，因為咧佢有多啲嘅氣孔啊嘛。咁其實咧我就想知道下咧，究竟葉面定係葉底咧有多啲嘅氣孔嘅？咁我就而家就諗啦，係會唔會葉底多啲氣孔咧？咁我哋望一望結果，咦，佢真係 support 到我講嘅嘢喎。咁所以啦 ，B 咧就係答案啦。咁雖然 B 已經係答案啦，咁啊有啲體育精神咧，搞掂埋 C 同 D 佢啦。C 佢就話咧，呢棵植物嘅呼吸作用速度咧係高過佢嘅光合作用速度嘅。鬼知咩？我哋成個實驗都冇量度到棵植物有冇任何嘅淨吸收或者淨釋出呢個二氧化碳。咁所以啦，我就係淨係玩個 chemical X 重咗定輕咗啫嘛，仲要係玩水添。咁所以啦 ，C 咧就錯啦。跟住到 D 咧就話啦，葉面咧佢嘅光合作用咧嘅速度係快過葉底嘅。嗱，呢一個咧係我哋書本學翻嚟嘅。呢句本身自己係啱嘅。咁啊，因為葉面啊有多啲嘅山狀葉綠細胞，又排得好密，又有好多葉綠體，吸乾又吸得快啲，咁做光合作用咪快啲咯，好正常啊，係咪？但係始終咧，我哋都唔能夠透過量度翻個 chemical X 嘅重量改變咧，而去知道佢係咪做得快咗嘅光合作用定係慢咗嘅。咁所以答案咧就係 B 啦。Question 31 is asking which of the following conclusion can we draw from the result? So it's checking the same skills again. Draw the direct conclusion based on the observation. So what is the observation in this experiment? The chemical X absorbing the water vapor from the upper surface increases for 0.09 gram. And for the chemical X absorbing the water vapor from the lower leaf surface, it gains 0.13 gram. It means that there are more water loss from the lower leaf surface than the upper leaf surface. So let's take a look at the options. Option A, water absorption by the roots is mainly driven by the lower epidermis of the leaf. So it sounds makes sense because transpiration pool is created by the transpiration. And then we can really see that from the result, there are more water loss from the lower leaf surface. So it seems like that the transpiration pool is mainly created by the lower leaf surface. But actually, the setup cannot provide such information for the conclusion. If we really want to test this conclusion is correct or wrong, we need to modify the experiment. Firstly, we need to smear the Vaseline on the upper leaf surface and then measure the rate of water absorption. This water absorption is due to the water loss from the lower leaf surface. And then we repeat the experiment, smear the Vaseline on the lower leaf surface and then measure the rate of water absorption again. So in this setup, the water absorption is caused by the transpiration from the upper leaf surface. So we can compare the result to see that which setup will lead to a higher, faster water absorption. So that's why option A is wrong. And then for option B, it is the answer. There are more stomata at the lower epidermis than the upper epidermis of the leaf. Because we can really see that from the result. There are more water loss from the lower leaf surface than the upper leaf surface. And in this experiment, we can have the hypothesis that there are more stomata at the lower epidermis. And then this result really supports our idea. So that's why option B is the answer. And then for the option C, the respiration rate is higher than the photosynthetic rate during the experiment. We do not know because we did not measure the net uptake or release of the carbon dioxide from the leaf. We are only measuring the changing of the mass of the chemical X, so that's why we don't know such information. And for the option D, the photosynthetic rate of the upper leaf surface is higher than that of the lower leaf surface. We have already learned it from the book. There are more palisade mesophyll cells highly packed close to the upper leaf surface. Meanwhile, they contain a lot of chloroplasts to obtain more sunlight and then do the photosynthesis in a higher rate. So all the things they are correct. However, it cannot be concluded by measuring the change of the mass of the chemical X. So that's why option D is also wrong.